Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R750 server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on network cards. Let's get going. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by today. Just a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R750 server. Do us a favorite funny thing that helps you in this video. Click that like and smash that subscribe. All right, let's go ahead and hop in. So what we're going to do with this video as a whole. First, we're going to go over the different types of form factors, which there are two, and it might be a little different than you're used to in the past. Then we are going to go over the different interfaces, the speeds for those interfaces. Then we're going to show you how to physically install both types of network cards. And at the very end, we're going to throw up a chart of some compatible network cards. It's not all inclusive, but it's some that we do know are 100% compatible. And if there's some that you like that are not on the list, hey, do us a favor, drop a comment down below. I'm sure the other users will like to hear that. All right, let's start with the form factor. So in some of the past generations, the Dell 13th gen, the Dell 14th gen, hell, even back in the Dell 12th gen, they used the network daughter card as well as a PCIe card. That was the prevalent cards. The network daughter card's actually the same from the 12th, the 13th to the 14th. It's actually kind of nice that they're all compatible, but it finally changes for the 15th gen. Yes, the PCIe cards still work. You're still going to have your regular old PCIe card. You can throw those in. You can throw several of those in technically. They'll work just fine, but to replace the network daughter card, welcome OCP 3.0. This is very common with some of the other manufacturers as well, but OCP 3.0, there will be one dedicated slot in the back for OCP 3.0. All right, one important note, there will be two onboard 1 gigabit RJ45. RJ45 is another way of saying Ethernet, but there will be two onboard 1 gigabit RJ45 in the back, and that will be standard. And that brings us to what interfaces can we use? Well, we just said RJ45. There's also SFP, SFP+, SFP28, QSFP, QSFP28, QSFP56, and fiber channel. And some of those aren't actually listed on Dell's spec sheet, but the spec sheet is a little bit outdated, as you've noticed for some of the other things we've said in our series, the hard drives, the speeds for the RAM, so forth. There's a lot of things that are a little bit outdated, and that's the whole point of this series, is to update everyone and refresh everyone on what actually does work. So what speeds are supported? Well, there's 1 gigabit, 10, 25, 40, 50, or all the way up to 100. Yes, you can use 100 gigabit in this as well. Now, if you want fiber channel, you can get 8, 16, or 32. Those are going to be your various speeds. All right, up next, we're going to show you how to install both types of network cards, the PCIe and the OCP. Both are honestly very simple as a whole, but before we do, I'm going to grab my ESD gear and be right back. All right, have my ESD gear on. We are safe to handle our parts and work on our 750. So let's go ahead and put our parts to the side. Again, actually real quick, wanted to point out the OCP 3.0 versus the PCIe. Very important. You can see the difference in the form factors. Huge fan of the OCP 3.0 for the fact that this allows you to use all your PCIe slots for other things, especially if you want this to be a GPU server, which this is an amazing GPU server, but if you want a GPU server out of this, then you can use your OCP as opposed to dedicating any PCIe slots to network cards. Now again, if you want to use both, you can use both, all right? You can have a couple PCIe slots and an OCP for all that matters. You can definitely, there's no limit outside of the physical slots themselves. So all right, let's go ahead and pop our latch, lift our top, and we are inside. So when we do this install, we are going to need to get deeper into the machine as a whole. All right, so this is how we're going to do it. Riser 4, Riser 3, Riser 1, and then we can get down to Riser 2. We'll actually have to remove the air baffle at that point as well. So if you look right here, this is going to push apart, and there's a blue screw in the back. So let's just go ahead and knock out all of our blue screws. There's one for each riser. So we'll just knock all these out right now. All right, so when we do the riser, we're just going to push this forward. This will release riser 4. When you push this one forward, it's going to release riser 3. And when you push this one forward, it's going to release riser 1. And really, this one's back, however you want to look at it. But anyhow, so let's go ahead and push this and release riser 4. Get this to just pop out. And this is just a small connection right there, but it'll slide right out. Now we're just going to push this back, and then riser 3 will come out. And then we're going to come over here to riser 1, and we'll just push this. And now we have removed all of our risers. Nice and easy. So right here is riser 2, and this is where you will install your PCIe network card. So in order to get this, you'll see the air baffle is hanging over it. So we're going to remove our air baffle. And then we are able to just push this blue button and remove riser 2. So nice and simple. So we'll go ahead and pull riser 2 up. So after we have removed riser 2, we can go ahead and install our OCP. And technically we could have really done it beforehand, but the difference is this blue clip. And so you have to do all that work to get to this blue clip. So this blue clip will unlock, so you can slide it in and then you lock it back in place so it won't fall out, okay? So we're going to go ahead and open our blue clip up. We're going to line up our PCB with the 2 black pieces, and then we're just going to simply slide this in. Now one thing I will note is sometimes this little bracket right here will get caught. Not that it's bad, but you just have to push it maybe a little harder than you would like, and then just make sure you get it all the way in there until you see no gold leads exposed. They're fully in there, and this will be nice and flush in the back here, okay? So I've pushed it fully in there and everything is nice and flush, and then we're going to go ahead and lock this into place, okay? So that is how you will do it. So I want to point out again, when you get to this point right here, that is not fully inserted, so make sure you get it all the way in there. And it's a little bit difficult. You have to push it a little bit harder than you'd like, to be quite honest, but that's how you do it, and then lock it into place. So now we'll show you how to install our PCIe card into riser 2. Alright, so let me show you how to install your PCIe card. So we're going to grab riser 2 right here. So over here is where we're going to install our card. First thing we need to do is remove this old bracket. So how we're going to do that, we're going to take this clip and we are going to pop it open, and then we're simply going to push this in and out, okay, just to kind of wiggle this out here. Sometimes it does get a little stuck in there, but nothing too hard. Now do be careful, you don't want to drop it over anything in here because you could damage it. I personally like to do it to the side, but I'm doing it for the video. So that being said, now that we've got this open, there's a few connection points that are very key to point out. So first things first, you're going to have the tip of your bracket that's going to fit in here, and it can be a little bit tough because sometimes the other bracket, there's a limited space, as you saw when I was pulling it out. And then you're going to have the 2 tips that will need to go into the actual connector. It's very simple overall, but that's what you're going to need to line up. So we're just going to slide this in, and do note that we are using a low profile bracket, so we need to make sure we have a low profile card. So we're going to go ahead and slide this in. Line this up right here as well, and then we're just going to click this back into place, and then now we're going to reinstall riser 2. So when we install riser 2, really you're just putting these connectors in, and you want to line your black piece up with this tip over here. Nothing too crazy, so we're going to go ahead and get everything lined up nice and easy, and then we're just going to go ahead and push this down. Make sure it's nice and flush, everything's in good. So once we put riser 2 in, we can't forget to put our air baffle back on. So let's go ahead and get our air baffle back into place. Then we're going to want to do riser 1 first. So we're going to go ahead and grab riser 1 and reinstall riser 1. It's just going to click back in, and we'll screw it here in a second. Alright, so now we're going to do riser 3, so we're just going to slide this in. This little this little metal piece will slide in the back. And we're just going to slide this down nice and flush and make sure you have a firm connection. And then we're going to pop in number 4. So again, this piece is going to slide in the back. Just line everything up and then click it into place. And then we screw everything back in. And we are locked and loaded. So that is how you would install both types of cards, your PCIe card and your OCP 3.0. Do us a favor, if you found anything helpful in this video, click that like, smash that subscribe. If you're looking for any custom built Dell, HPE, Supermicro, IBM, Cisco, Asus, ASRock, Gigabyte, we would love the opportunity to earn your data center or your home lab's business. Please email us at sales@cloudninja.com. That's sales@cloudninja.com. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Take care.